But anyways, isn't that cool? Isn't that wonderful? And if there is anybody watching, I hope there's somebody watching. I hope somebody's watching. Um, if there is anybody watching, uh, let me know in the comments somewhere, or somewhere, that whether or not there is another airport that provides that type of services. So getting here, arriving here to Ghana was another thing. Well, it wasn't like anything bad or anything like that, but we got here. I think it. I don't remember the time. Jeez, I'm getting young. And so we came, and then it was time to unpack because the shipment that we had done prior to traveling had already arrived. So my wife and I, we started to unpacking. Let me tell you, this Frank dude. If anybody is thinking or is in the process of relocating, and you're looking for to ship some stuff, the only thing is that he's located in Virginia. Is Frank in Virginia or in Maryland? Maybe both. I think he's in both. But anyways, he's right there in Virginia. If you're on the East Coast, I'm sure he can work something out. And he doesn't even know that I'm talking about him. But anyways, he's a cool dude, good service. We got here, stuff was already here. We unpack, and let me tell you, we ship televisions, we ship China as in the plates, not China. We ship a lot of things that are breakable, and yet everything was intact. And that could be also because of how I packed it, right? Let me give my sister another try because I don't know why she's not answering me. It's not like I'm gonna put her on, you know, tell her to talk or anything. I just want to know if somebody out there is watching me. All right, tell you what, because I know that there are three people watching me. Um, those three people, I'm sure, have my number. So just send me a text. Okay, I'm being rude by putting you people on hold, right? Not talking to you. Just all right. So the experience here in Ghana is, to me, and again, this is my experience, and I can only speak of what I have experienced, and hopefully, you all have the same experience or feel the same way about living in Ghana. If you live in Ghana or if you live in Kenya, there are a lot of folks in the groups that I am a member of that live in Kenya and in the Gambia and also in Zambia. So if you are wherever you are, I hope that you are enjoying your time there. Um, and as I am enjoying my time here, um, let me tell you something, guys. I am so glad of the move because, I mean, I have to say this: money goes far. You know, your income goes out some ways as opposed to another way. Um, so I'm glad. I'm having a good time. There are a lot of differences. Um, One of the things, and I'm gonna just throw this out right now, right on the from the onset, and bear with me for a second. These flies are messing with my food, and I don't like that. So this thing right here, move. This thing right here is called a buffaloes. Um, in Costa Rica or in Jamaica, we call it fry cake. It's just that they make theirs round. We make ours flat, and we fry it and eat it. I like to eat it with milk. I don't have any milk. I like to eat it with almond milk. but I don't have any milk, so I'm gonna have to enjoy this. Oh, excuse me. I invited. I don't mean to be rude, but I'm hungry, and it's dinner time here in Ghana. But anyways, I was saying that your um your your income goes a ways, right? And there are some differences, and I think that those differences sometimes might help expats, retired folks with their budget being, you know, extended. So right now here in Ghana, and I uploaded a video also saying that I don't have a water bill, and I also show, and in that video you can go back to my TikTok. I think I uploaded on my TikTok at Eugene Redguard, at Eugene Redguard, Redguard. That's my TikTok, and Redguard is Eugene is my middle name. Redguard is my second last name. I don't have a water bill, so I don't have to pay water for the water because I have a well. It's not a well. It's a well. I mean, that's what it boils down to. But it, and so the well has, what is it? What it is, a borehole. They call it borehole here. You know, they dig deep down, put a tube or whatever down there, and that tube is hooked to a pump, and the pump just pour water into a big tank, and then that tank is connected to another pump that pumps water inside the house. You have water 24/7 that never ends. It's like it doesn't matter what the water main outside is doing. You know, sometimes sometimes we hear like, in Richmond, in Virginia, when I used to live in Richmond, there was always a water main break. So no water. Well, there's none of that unless the pump doesn't work for whatever reason, or unless there's no electricity. Then there's no, you can't pump water. But if you have, but if you keep on top of it, like what I do, for example, I try to pump water or keep an eye on the tank so that when it comes to a certain level, I just fill it. Come to a certain level, I just fill it so that we can always have water. That's one thing. So that's an X on the list next to water bill. The other thing that I find interesting also, and I've been finding this interesting for the past 5 years, is the electricity. So you can do you can pay your electric bill two different ways. One, it can be a prepay. I don't do we don't have prepay in the United States. Anyways, you can do a prepay, or you can have like a plan, right, like the states. And I prefer to do prepay. That's what I do because with the prepay, to a greater extent, I can control the usage of electricity in the house. You should be able to do that, to control the usage of electricity in the house, regardless of whatever system you have. But I find it easier, put it that way. I find it easier to control the electricity in my house if it's prepaid. The one thing that I wanted to say that I find a little bit disturbing. Well, I think that's my sister. Okay, so Yao. Yao is watching. What's up, Yao? How are you doing, brother? Um, that was my sister. Okay, so somebody's watching. Thank God. Okay, I was gonna say that the one thing that I find disturbing with a lot of expats, a lot of retirees who are living in Ghana, is that they always compare Ghana with the United States. They always have something negative to say about Ghana, and that is because they are comparing the systems, Ghanaian system with American system, which to me is a whole. I don't want to say stupid, but it is unrealistic. Give me 1 second. So what happened is that I have my two daughters, and my two daughters have some kids that are staying over, so they keep bothering me. So that first time was that one kid that had to go and buy something, and I don't know why she had to tell me that she's going to buy something. And so this is Ama, what you want? Who did something to you? Nobody did anything to you. Your nose is blocked. So okay, tell Sharon to help spray the thing in your nose. Let me tell you something. I did not plan this. I did not plan in having these kids interrupt me at all. And that's the reason, one of the reasons why I came outside. But anyway, it's part of life, right? So that was Amma. She's like, what, 7? Sharon is 7. So Amma is 7 too. Yeah. What was I saying? So I find it a little bit unrealistic to compare the two systems, the United States and Ghana, when, like I've said so many times in so many posts, the United States is a 200 plus old country. It has mastered a gazillion different things. Ghana is what, 65, 67 years new. It is just starting as a democracy, basically. When you look at politics, at, at, at democracy, when you look at demographics, when you look at a whole gambit of social, the social economic template of a country, Ghana is a baby, and so you cannot compare a baby with an old person. There's no comparison between Ghana and the United States. There, and I forgot the word that I use. There is no comparison, but there is something, right? But to negatively compare Ghana, this is the thing. To negatively compare Ghana with an old country like the United States that has mastered every aspect of political, economic, social, cultural life in the modern era, even way back when. To me that is unrealistic, and I hope that some of these folks that are are listening or watching, that they can come to some sort of sense. Really, you cannot compare, because that is like comparing apples and oranges. They have nothing to do one with the other. Nothing. And so that is one thing that I just wanted to get off my chest, right? And so going back to the the differences. But as I said, these are not negative differences. I am, and as a matter of fact, to tell you the truth, I really like, to a greater extent, the system that they have over here in Ghana. Not just because I'm living here, but because I've experienced, and I feel that I'm in a position where I can actually look at three different systems and have a clear opinion about each one. Not comparison, but a clear opinion of each one. I have lived and raised to a certain age in Costa Rica. I have lived from a certain age to a certain age in the United States. And now I've been in Ghana for 5 years, on and off, more or less. And I can tell you that a lot of the good things that we have here in Ghana, we don't have it in the United States. Just that, like how a lot of the good things we have in the United States, we don't have it here in Ghana, we don't have it in Costa Rica, and vice versa, all the way around. So to compare and to, especially negatively, I mean, to all of those expats, retirees living here in Ghana, complaining and comparing negatively, all I have to say is buy your ticket and go back home to the States. Right? If things are not working out for you here, doesn't it make common, logical, common sense to just buy your ticket and head out? I mean, to me, it does, right? So, but to have an opinion is one thing. I think that I was talking about the light here. My prepay, I can control. To me, I can control it better than if was on a plan something. All right. A couple of years ago, I'm not going to talk about that. But anyways, the other thing that I want to quickly say is, let me see what is next. Okay, well, I'm talking about that. It, the other thing is your phone, right? Very important. Phone is very important. You have MTN, Vodafone, Telecel. These are companies that provide phone service and internet service to Ghanaians. And there's some another one I think here in Ghana. Um, to those of you moving, just look for which company gives you the best plan in prices. We have the same in the states where we have AT&T, T-Mobile, and whatever, and we always look which one. We always go to the one that serve us best, and it's the same thing here, right? It's not. It's really not much of a difference, and that's the reason why I was saying earlier that um, we should always try to come first before we make that final move, right? You want to actually physically come so that you can check things out for yourself, because it's okay to have a friend or a relative even checking things out for you, but it's nothing like when you do it for yourself on your own, because then you are not relying on somebody's purview, somebody else's vision of things, because it doesn't matter who they are, their vision, their thoughts of things are not going to be the same as yours, and because it's your service, you should be the one doing that. So I have, I'm not going to tell you who I am. The other big saver for me being here in Ghana is property tax. So, and it's getting a little bit dark now, but property tax, I have to talk about that. So far, and my research has not shown where there is either federal, national, regional, or state, municipal, or local taxes to be paid. So I don't pay taxes. I don't look forward to pay taxes. Who does, right? So that's it for taxes. There's none of that. Um, I'm sorry, exporting your car, shipping your car from the United States or from wherever to Ghana or to the continent. Um, Based on the experience that I have, that my wife and I had, my suggestion to everybody and anybody is this: the money that you're going to take to ship your car, the money that you're going to take to buy a car and then ship it, that money, take it, save it, come and buy it here. Buy your car here. You will save yourself a ton of headache. You will save yourself a ton of money, and you will not lose any weight. So we shipped a car, and that's all I'm gonna say. Is save your money and come here. There are good cars in Ghana, right? The same ones that they sell in the United States, the same one that they have here, and some because there's a lot of Chinese car here that we don't see. I don't know if I don't see Chinese car that much or any in the states. And we have Japanese and German, European. Um, I don't remember what. Somebody help me out here. I don't remember any any Chinese car in the states, and if they are, they are not that popular. Okay, hey, Miss Perry, how are you? I'm planning a trip to. Wait, which December? Not the one that just passed. Okay. Uh huh. I'm in Ghana, Miss Perry. Yeah, cool beans, cool beans. Um, okay, so European. Let me see. I'm checking the. What are you eating in Ghana? Miss Perry. Okay, my sister Odette. I'm eating. I was eating. I think I said it. I was eating buffaloes. I was eating buffaloes. That's what it's called, buffaloes, which is the same thing as fry cake for us. Uh, okay, I see. Yao, I see you there. Um, I have a question here that says if we can drink the well water. Um, that's a good question. I have not drank it. Um, I think that you can. And I think that you can only if you have a filter. Now we have a filter on the tank, and the between the tank and the pump up that goes to the house. We have a filter, but there is a filter that you can also put in the tap on the inside the house, and that we don't have, so we don't drink it. But I'm pretty sure you can drink it because um, the water that is coming from the ground is coming from the ground. Let me see who else said something. Yeah, I know. Sonia, yeah, it's nothing like not having to pay your taxes. And J. Camille, Miss Perry. Okay, so the the thing is don't spend your money on shipping a car when you can buy good cars here in Ghana. Um, it it's worthwhile to do that. And if you can't ship your car for whatever reason, just make up your mind that when you come here, public transportation is completely different than what you may know. Okay, so public transportation is uh, there are mini buses or even vans. That's the public transportation. They go everywhere and anywhere. But you will, if you are 6'3" like me, you will be uncomfortable for a lot. I mean, my feet have actually gone numb going from one, point A to point B. My feet have actually gone numb because I'm big, I'm tall, and riding in a van for even 30 minutes can, numb your feet. So you have trotros. Those are the trotros. What I'm talking about. The trotros are the van or minivans that they use here. Usually like 12, no, and sometimes 12 or 18 passenger vans with very tight. Sometimes I'm like this, like literally. Sometimes I'm like this. I'm going all over the place. So just make up your mind. And I don't mind that, quite frankly. I find it fun. If you're adventurous, if you have an adventurous spirit like myself, you might find it fun too. The Okadas are those are motorcycles. So the motorcycles are the Okadas. They are all over the place. You can actually, if you, you you can actually get on a motorcycle from point A to point B too. They are, and then you have, I think, and I may misspell this one, mispronounce this one, Bragia or Bragea. I don't know. Those are the tri motos. Those are a little bit more comfortable, and they're all over as well. And of course, you have your Uber, your Bolts, your and transportation like that. So I would like for those coming to Ghana, make sure that you have an open mind. Okay, you have to be open to adventure. You have to be open to everything. Again, I just want to make sure that I think by now you should know that I'm in Ghana, West Africa. For those of you that are just joining in, the other thing is education, very important. Those of you that are traveling with school age children, here in Ghana, the system is set up 6-3-3-4. 6 years in elementary, kindergarten, elementary. 3 years in what we call in the states we call middle school. Some places, some parts are called junior high. Here in Ghana, it's called junior high. So middle school 3 years, then 3 years of high school. Whenever I stop like this, guys, is because one of these girls, and they're all girls. I am like surrounded by nothing but girls, 4-year-old, 7-year-old girls. I am like, I need Miss Perry. I need you here for real. I need you here, Miss Perry. Old colleague, teacher at Marshall. Is it Marshall? Miss Perry, is it Marshall? I think it's Marshall, right? Anyways, I was saying, so 6 years of K to an elementary, 3 years of junior high or middle school, 3 years of high school, and 4 years in your of college. That's how the system is set up here. And if you have what, Amma? What is it? Your nose. So, for example, tomorrow we have a 4 and a 7-year-old. and so tomorrow we have to go to their school to register them. They have to. Both of them are going to take placement tests. Imagine that. I don't know. Do we do that in the states? Do 4-year-olds and 7-year-olds take placement tests?